Johnny Damon's in the house. Johnny, it's BT and Sal. How you doing today, bud?
Hey, I'm doing fantastic, guys, up in the Boston area. I know there's a lot of great series going on. I'm up for the Yankee-Red Sox series in a couple days, so it's exciting to be back up here in Boston.
All right. Well, it's more exciting when you're down here in New York. Let's be honest. Boston. Screw Boston. Who cares about Boston, Johnny? Nah, I'm just messing with you, bud.
No, I hear you. I hear you, but that's why this is a great rivalry, and I'm glad that I was loved and hated in both areas. So, and I was fortunate enough to win for both teams. So it's a love-hate thing for everybody with me.
Listen, we love you. I guess partially hate you as well. But, your baseball journey is amazing. And we all know how good you are. I didn't realize, and maybe you've spoken to this, and if you have, I don't mean to be repetitive. I'm very curious, though. Very few players get to basically 2,800 hits like you did and then hang them up. I mean, you know better than me, but was your body that beat up where you couldn't stretch it out and try to get to 3,000? That's Hall of Fame.
Oh, not at all, man. My body is still tip-top shape. I have my hydration drink. I always bring my A game, and that's my drink. But I wanted to keep on playing, but, the money ball, the sabermetrics, all that BS pretty much got me out of the game because I could still get good pitching, but I had a really good year with Tampa Bay. I could not get signed until May 1st. And when you miss 10 weeks of the season, spring training, first week, obviously you're not going to be ready to rock and roll. So I was playing golf, hanging with the boys, and then I get the call, trying to come back. And it took me about 100 at-bats to be ready. And as soon as I was ready, I get released by Cleveland, and then I head back home to Florida. So unfortunately, that's how it ended for me, but I'm still playing soccer every Sundays. I've got 8 kids who are keeping me super busy, and so I have to stay young. I have to stay fit, and it's unfortunate.
Wow. Where are we at with the facial hair and the hair? What's that looking like these days, Johnny?
Oh, I got facial hair. I got my long hair. I'm competing against my 7-year-old son, Johnny Damon, and he's got flowing locks, and we'll be rocking it up in Fenway Park in a couple of days.
Oh, you're going to the Yankees-Red Sox, are you?
Yes, we are. Yeah, we'll be there. My kids haven't seen a game at Fenway. They have seen a game at Yankee Stadium, but this is going to be a very cool experience for them, and just out and about, pumping my drink A game, and that's why I'm up in this area now.
And what will the family be rooting for? Who will the family be rooting for, Red Sox or Yankees, Johnny?
I'm going to let them decide because it's tough. They have their own opinions. I'm not going to be political, but they get to decide who they want without any ill will from myself because I don't know who I'm rooting for. I'm rooting for a lot of the guys in the back of the jerseys. I think Soto has done amazing things for the Yankees, and Aaron Judge obviously is incredible. But I love watching Jarren Durant for the Red Sox. So he reminds me of somebody much younger than myself.
Yeah, he's got his passion's awesome. So, by the way, we're talking to Johnny Damon here, BT and Sal, all the fans. So, those Yankee teams back in the day, obviously 09 before that, the Red Sox teams, they had great players, clearly, but they just had gamers. You watch the Yankees, and we know that they have a couple of great players. Do they have enough dogs? Are there enough gamers on this team? I feel like I watch them, and I feel like they don't. But what about you?
Do the Yankees have enough gamers?
Yep.
I think they need to be healthy because look at what happened once Stanton got hurt. They started losing some games. But the Red Sox, they have a lot of young kids that they're not tired after the All-Star break. So I know they lost their first couple coming back from the break. But if these guys can have some confidence, we have our 2003, 2004 Yankee Red Sox going after it again, and everybody loved that time in baseball. It was definitely one of the greatest times, and we'll see what happens.
Johnny, you experienced, as you said, the highest of highs for both the franchises with the Red Sox and Yankees. Which one felt better for you?
Well, nothing can compete against the World Series for the Red Sox. I mean, after 86 years, heartache and heartbreak year after year, and then finally doing it was amazing. But you obviously winning in 09 was great for me personally, winning with the Red Sox and being on the same in the same sentence as Babe Ruth and I as the only two starters who have won for both franchises. But, I mean, it's been 15 years since the Yankees have been back. I mean, I know I helped break the curse of the Bambino. Maybe I started another curse of Johnny Damon for the Yankees, but we'll see what they can do. I mean, I've been rooting for them. I do like the team, but damn, they got rid of me at a time when we just won a championship. So it's definitely tough for me to say. Like, I believe we could have won some more. I helped bring Stacey to the team. I helped bring A.J. Burnett, and then we only spent 1 year together, a championship year together. But I don't know. I do believe I was a much better baseball player than they thought.
Yeah, well, this sounds like you should have a little beef with Cashman. I mean, because unless it was a Tory, was it like you have to have a thought as to why they jettisoned you and didn't bring you back? Because I don't disagree. There was still some winning to do with that team. What happened? What was the problem?
Well, they all loved me. Girardi loved me. Kevin Long loved me. The team loved me. But
I said Tory. I meant Girardi. My bad. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, so
obviously.
So we didn't have much of a negotiation. They came at me 2 years, 14 after coming off that year, and I wanted to negotiate and reach a contract, but unfortunately, they brought back Nick Johnson, and the rest is history. I went to Detroit, had a great time hanging out with Kid Rock and Chris Chelios, and then I went closer to home and hung out with Tampa Bay. I got to drive home every now and then, so my time in New York was fantastic. I love it, but unfortunately, things just don't work out the way you want them to, and therefore, that's why I'm sitting on a boat here in Hingham, Mass right now.
And Johnny, you experienced, the Subway Series tonight. I know you experienced, obviously, the Yankees-Red Sox rivalry at its peak from both sides of it. How about Subway Series? And at your time, when you first got to the Yankees, the Mets were in control here in 2006. They were the better team in town. But do you have any memories of the Subway Series or how you felt about that rivalry?
Yeah, I thought it was fantastic. I believe in 09 was the best when we saw CeCe hitting, and that was awesome because CeCe was a great hitter. And we dominated in 09, and I loved going to the new ballpark. I know Shea was like the older, but I really loved the Met City Field. It was a great ballpark. I think it was a great ballpark for families, and I can't wait to go back there one day, and hopefully I'll be able to take my family and enjoy every special moment they have there. And obviously I love Yankee Stadium and that short right field porch that, I got the first hit there. We won a championship there. You can't top it.
I think, Johnny, maybe after hearing this interview, Steve Cohen of the Mets should invite you out there to throw out a first pitch. The curse of Johnny Damon. The Yankees have not been back to a World Series since. Even the Mets have been to a World Series in 2015.
And lost.
Yeah, to my Royals. But I did root for the Mets in '86, and we would have known that it was against my Red Sox team. The reason why I wore number 18 was because of Darryl Strawberry. And then 18 years later in 2004, we win 86-year curse, and the Mets won in '86. So I love the Mets, and I love the history. I love throwing out numbers to everybody because I'm the only one who thinks about it.
Wow, that is some fascinating stuff right there. Hey, maybe I got to get on this A-game drink, too. I mean, look at all those numbers and math you're throwing out there, Johnny. I like it.
Absolutely. I mean, you got to bring your A game every single moment of your day, whether you're a parent, a teacher, a radio host, and, also an athlete. You always hear the athletes talk about, I brought my A game or I didn't bring my A game, but when they bring their A game, they normally win.
That is good. John, before I let you go, I think the fans will probably listeners enjoy hearing this. Your all-time 3 favorite Yankee teammates.
Oh, well, Jason Giambi was the absolute best. I played with him in Oakland, obviously, but, let's see. A-Rod and I go back to when we were 14 years old, and AJ Burnett. I mean, I recruited his ass so much in 2008 and 2009 to join me with the Yankees, and we ended up winning. But there's so many guys. I mean, I love Jeter. I love Posada. I love Mo. I love all those guys. So it's really tough when we are asked those questions because I was friends with everybody.
Yeah.
The clubhouses were always great. And so it's really tough to answer that question because I love all my teammates.
I get it. But here's what I've learned during the interview because, listen, being on in New York, WFAN, all we do is talk, why hasn't Cashman built the championship team? Well, since 2009? Well, you've told us he didn't even build the 2009 championship team. You did. You recruited CC. You recruited Burnett. What the hell did Cashman even do back then?
I mean, I do what I can for my team, for my players, because we are all family. And, yeah, it's unfortunate I didn't come back. But, they had other ways to try to build the team, and it's tough winning a championship. I mean, the teams they've been putting on the field, they have been fantastic, but it is so hard to win, and that's what we tend to forget. Like when you have a dynasty like the Yankees had in the late 90s, early 2000s, it's tough to build that. And they had a great run, but adding a guy like Soto, it's huge because this guy is a ball player, and we've been admiring him since he broke into the big leagues at the age of 19.
Well, listen, man, we loved watching you. I would imagine, just based on what others have said and how you played, you must have been an awesome teammate. Great baseball journey, 2 championships, couple of all-star games, first-round pick back in the day. Really good chat, and you seem like a regular dude, so thanks for hopping on there, Johnny. We appreciate you, dude.
Hey, always have fun, guys. All my best to you, and can't wait to watch this game on Friday night.
Yep, and what's the name of the drink again? Give us one more pop for you.
It's called A-Game.
There you go.
Go to drinkagame.com. I've got Tyler Adams on my team. I got Bo Jackson. I have Jorge Masvidal, Barry Thompson, top wide receiver going to Auburn. So, yeah, we are getting ready to crush it. And I know you guys don't like to hear the word Grand Slam from Johnny Damon, but it's going to be a Grand Slam. It tastes great. No artificial flavors, coloring, sugars from natural honey. So everyone go out there and give it a try and check this out.
I'm going to specifically get that Grand Slam by Johnny Damon. I love to see that as a Met fan. What, are you kidding me, Johnny? Thank you.
Oh, I love it. Thank you, guys.
Hold on. No, I'm the Yankee fan here, so let me say it wasn't so much the Grand Slam. It was when somebody said Vasquez or Kevin Brown. That's what really drove us nuts, dude. All right, man.
Totally understand.
Thanks, Johnny.
Have a great
Thanks, man.
weekend.
There you go. All right,
you too, Johnny.
You too. That's that guy's
smile on my
loving life.
face right there.
He is loving life, Johnny.
How about that? What a happy guy.
8 kids. Oh, everybody. Like, Johnny's just, I don't know if he has many enemies in the game. I feel like he walked into any clubhouse. Everybody loved him because he played hard. He played well. I think he hung out, not like a lunatic back in the day. I think he was just, he's a dude's dude.
It's funny that he said the Moneyball stuff because before we get him on, I'm looking up the baseball reference page. I'm like, man, I remember Damon being a good player, but you look at the numbers and they don't jump off the charts at you. Like, obviously, he didn't have a ton of power. Average was his big thing. He hit 284.
Stole bases.
18-year big league career, he hit 284. Like, guys just don't do that anymore.
What was his OPS? Do you have that?
Yeah. Career OPS 785.
All right, for a center fielder, when center fielders didn't,
understood.
That's what I'm saying.
Stole a bunch of bases, as you said, and obviously in later years not going to steal as many bases, but he's right. They devalued what he did well, which is put the bat on the ball and get base hits and hit for an average. So even the year that he left the Yankees to go to Detroit, or they didn't want him back, he hit 271 that year, had a decent year. I like Damon as a player. The one thing that sticks out to me, aside from like the hair and the big home run, he had no arm.
He didn't have much of an arm.
No. Like, no.
Yeah, he had no arm.
Like, he could not throw.
Yeah. I mean, why are you going to start dissing him? Why don't you say that?
I'm just saying.
At least I had the stones to stand up to David Wells. I mean, here you are kissing Johnny's ass, and you hang up and say he had a noodle for an arm.
Yeah, what do you want me to say? Hey, Johnny, I loved you, but your arm sucked? I'm not going to say that to him.
I told Wells that he was a wise ass. I mean, he made life tough for Torrey.
We got the A-game Grand Slam. Do we have the A-game Johnny Damon's arm?
I don't know if there's any highlights of the arm. No, he definitely looped it. He did. That was the one tool he did. I'll tell you what, though. He had a little, like when he for a little, by the way, I was going to say for a little guy, 6'2", 205.
Man, that's not little.
It's not little.
He's not
Looked
Brett
little
Gardner.
next to some of those roid heads that he played with, but wasn't really little.
Good player, but what a great attitude. Man, I want to hang out. Remember I talked about yesterday being on vacation. I didn't really feel like I reached peak happiness.
You did
I don't know
say
if I'm
that,
ever going to be
yes.
happy.
Well, you also said you don't know if you'll ever reach peak happiness, which is a different discussion.
I want that kind of happiness.
You'll never have it.
You feel that happiness through the phone?
Yeah, but you'll never have that.
Will you have that?
Probably not.
Is it because of the millions?
No.
Because of the World
I mean, I'm
Series?
pretty happy, but listen, man. I mean, how much did Johnny make? Hold on. So Johnny,
But it can't just be about the money.
No, it's not. I'm not trying to. No, I'm definitely not saying that. Because,
he's just loving life.
Well, okay, but you, the license to love life is there.
I know, but he made me happy. Like his happiness was infectious right
Let's
there.
see. Hold on. So
I was
Johnny Damon. So was I. Johnny Damon made. I mean, guy made $111 million.
It's a lot easier to be happy with $111 million in the bank.
It's not going to make you happy, but it can enhance the happiness. I also think he's just a naturally happy dude.
Agreed,
I do.
Agreed. And
you're not. That's the difference.
Yeah, and that's what I'm envious of. Because let's just say, hypothetically, we had that much money.
Right, yeah.
Like, would you say, okay, well, I want to be... I don't want to do this job anymore.
I would do a podcast and I would coach high school baseball. That's all I would do.
And maybe that would be your happy zone. See, I don't know what I want.
So happy.
Like a part of me would be like, yeah, I want to go to Hawaii and live there. And then I'd
get bored after that.
And then I'd be like, no, I want to be back on the fan. And then I'm back on the fan. I'm like, I don't want to deal with this. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I know. I know what you mean.
So it's not the money.
Yeah, but you don't think that he misses playing?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, he sounded pretty freaking happy. He didn't sound like he missed it too much. Aside from not being with the Yankees after 2009.
If you watch this, you hear us. Could this guy ever be remotely happy? Like when it's all said and done?
I feel like I'm a happy person. No, come on, that's not true.
I'm not going to be happy either, so don't worry about it. It's not just you.
But are we just all miserable here?
No, speak for yourself. I'm pretty happy.
Well, I just said
You're never going to be that happy, though.
Well, I admit that. I do admit that. That's probably a level of happiness I will not touch. 888-808-1019. BT and Sal on the Fan. He is a great guy.